camera has captured 2 blasts already this morning. I believe I counted at least 2. We fixing to have another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 o'clock.
You want to explain a little bit what's going on?
Yep. Go ahead, Larry.
Yeah, we've got, we shoot traditional. Back in the colonial days, they didn't have a cannon or a bell, they naturally had the blacksmith. The blacksmith then became a messenger. He put powder in a hole, put his, or in a swedge block, put his anvil over it, light the powder trail. It'd make the explosion and it'd call either a town meeting or a distress. But as things got more modern and they started using it for celebrations, weddings, funerals, holidays like 4th of July, different things like that. As we got into it, my wife's granddad was the blacksmith at Burton, Kansas, and he always shot the anvil for him at 4th of July. Well, my father-in-law knew this and wanted to get the tradition started back in the family, so we started doing this. Then we found out that there's competitions, and there's 4 different types of competitions. Those are mini mods, which is just a little old anvil with a 1/4 pound of powder, and it'll go about 500 or 600 feet in the air. But you got to be back in one of those fields and everybody be here because you don't know where it's going to land. And then there's mini mods, which is an 8-pound anvil. It'll go about 500 feet. Then we shoot traditional, and we hold the record for the longest shot is 258 feet straight down. Well, then we took the World's Championship and retired with it. We went 225 on that, and I came right back down on top of this anvil.
Wow.
So did it crack?
No, it put a dent in it, but it didn't hurt it.
What will happen if it hits the ground with this?
Don't touch it. It'll if it hits the ground, it won't do nothing. It won't hurt it.
It's just gonna stay right
Yeah,
down.
just stick in the ground. But in competition, it states that the flyer, the anvil there, has to weigh 100 pounds or more. I can only use 1 pound of black powder, and they give me a point for every foot up it goes, but they'll deduct 3 points for every foot away from the base plate it lands. So.
Now, do you use a finer grain black powder or
no, we use 3F.
Okay.
3F. And we'd rather do this because there's a lot more history to it and stuff. I mean, you got the super mods, which I have a set. It's on a mortar base. It takes 2 pounds of black powder, and they'll go 1,150 feet in the air. They'll bury themselves even in the dirt, hard dirt.
Wow.
But people like this more because anything over 500 feet, anything over 500 feet, you got to get air clearance anyway.
All right, one more thing. I presume that the interior of the anvil on the bottom has been drilled out a little bit.
Yeah, there's a pocket that holds a 1/2 pound of powder.
Hold that
the top
powder.
one holds a 1/2 pound of powder.
And it holds a 1/2 pound as well. Okay.
The bottom anvil is 125 pound hay button made in Brooklyn, New York, about the 1800s. The top one is a Peter Wright, is 104 pounds, and it was made in England in the late 1700s, early 1800s.
Wow. So that is a historic piece there.
Yeah.
For sure.
If you have an anvil in your family where the horn broke off and they was from the South, you probably got a Confederate anvil, because what the Union soldiers did was go around breaking the horns off so they couldn't make weapons. Well, all what the horn's for is shaping and, you know, like that. You can do that on a log.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it appears preparation is about done.
Yep, we're done. We'll be shooting in 15 minutes.
In 15 minutes, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you put around that, grease or?
High-tech sealer, peanut butter.
Oh, right. Wow. So you get done blowing it off, you can go eat peanut butter.
Yeah, we never go hungry this time.
I would think of.
Well, this morning with the last one we shot, first one was 208, and I came down and hit the plate, and then the second was 213.
Wow. I seen it coming down. I heard the noise, seen it coming down, but I won't be here in time to watch it all.
Generally, what kind of clearance around
About 10 foot.
the, is that right?
I can tell why you move super far away from the road because it doesn't just go up even higher. It
Larry?
also will curve.
Yeah,
Because
why?
it don't have as
You
much
need a
weight.
drink?
No, I'm good. I need my hat though.
Here.
Forgot to get that.
All right, now did you state the purpose for sealing off the joint between the two the anvils?
For safety
Bye.
reasons, so any spark can't go in between the two anvils.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right over here.
Oh, that's you. Now just the top, that is all it goes up?
Yeah.
So, you just let it step back or what?
Yeah, I just walk on.
So is there a contest for this somewhere?
The Nationals are in Millington, Tennessee, and the World Finals in Bay Springs, Mississippi.
Really?
Well, this
What are
just
they judge of height?
Height, they give you a point for every foot up it goes, and they'll deduct 3 points for every foot away from the base anvil, base plate it lands.
So if you make it exactly on place where it fired, they don't deduct any points.
Yeah, that's when I come right back down and hit that base plate.
So that's like the best thing to do. What would happen
What's
if you
the
had
highest
glue on there and then?
We hold the record for 258 feet. Wow. Yes.
How much is that thing worth?
104.
104 pounds.
When we go to competition, they have a surveyor. He'll come out with all these stuff and he'll shoot the base plates or base anvils, and then he can put them, follow them straight up. What we use for demonstrations is an Estes rocket altimeter gun,
Yeah.
and we've got the formula to rotate on that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, how do you know how high it
258
goes?
feet.
Huh?
258 feet, is that what you said?
Yeah, that was our highest shot.
Well, what's the record though?
That's
That
it.
is it? Yeah, that's the record, yeah.
Wow.
So, how much gunpowder's in there? Is that what it is?
1 pound.
1 pound.
That's as much
Half
as
a
you're
pound,
allowed.
half a pound down each one.
That's as much as you're allowed.
Yeah, because they will check us.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
So it just,
And they supply the powder because that way we can't spice it up.
yeah, so that way, that goes very variable heights.
The key to all this is how you prepare the ground, because the harder the ground, the more energy goes up instead of down and up.
Oh, yeah. And everybody has to use the same size base plate?
All what the rules state is you got to have a base plate and a spacer plate. Now,
And they don't specify the
no,
size?
if you want a 4x8 piece of steel 5/8 thick, you can bring out, but I'm not helping you carry it. That's a 2x2 5/8 plate, and the other one's a 12x12 1 inch.
If you
And
can't
all
pick,
what that one's there for is for the curvature of the horn.
and if you can't pick it out, then you don't need to have.
That's right.
So actually then what you tell me is the difference in size of the base plate is not,
Yeah,
does
when
not
we
change
shoot,
the height, even though it's
It would. It's just.
harder surface that they maybe the ground.
yeah. What we do is when I go in there, I got a rod that I put down in the ground and get the hardest place there is. Then I start leveling that base plate and get it all level, and then I will start doing that on the rest of it. And then when I get that all done, then I'm ready to set the anvils on and build it up from there. And the only reason why I got a 2x2 is because I can't move this plate, but I can move the anvil and the spacer plate anywhere around that plate to re-level it or whatever I need to do. Other guys just only use the 12x12, but you don't have very much surface.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was such an art. So you got this here for that one.
Pretty close, yeah. And there's so much history in these anvils and stuff like that, out there. There's one of probably the best anvils made in Garden City.
Really?
That was called a Sissy. And they only made them about 2 years, and some company bought them out and then quit making them because they was so good. They was as good as this Peter Wright.
Really? So you hold a Guinness World Records on there? Probably
They've
if you
never
won it.
come to. Probably. Yeah, probably.
Be neat if you did. Where you won it.
Can you get higher?
I can go higher, yeah, but it doesn't take me a long time to really pack it because I'm usually out there 3 hours before we shoot so I can get it all packed. Wow.
So do you have to repack this after every shoot?
Hmm?
You have to repack after every shoot?
Yep.
That means the next shoot will be at 5.
Yep, but we're only going to shoot at 2. And then we'll
One more
load it
day
up.
and that's it, huh?
So where is the powder at?
In between these 2 anvils, half a pound on each one.
And that
We've got
blows
pockets.
this
There's
one
a little
out?
hollowed out place in between these two. Right in underneath that.
Okay.
White powder.
Yeah, 3F. And then we use a high-tech sealer to seal it up with peanut butter.
High tech.
Don't mess with me again.
So there's competitions, right?
Yeah.
Where is it? How far you can kick it?
How high and then how far away from the base plate.
Tell me trying to get out and start cooking it up.
You guys go back over there if you're going to wrap it so you don't hit this. How high?
Whoa!
224 feet?
Oh, moly.
I wanted to see it in the ground, but I didn't make it.
That would have hurt if I hit you.
Oh, I didn't go very far.
It has steel in it.
This ground's hard, too. Yeah.
That's just well, that parcel's on this side.
When that anvil bounces off like that off them plates, all that energy went up instead of down enough. Yeah. Because we went 224 feet that time.
What is 224 feet?
What do you get? What's the highest you get?
Our highest was 258.
Okay.
But that ground and stuff like that was like cement.
Yeah.
This stuff is hard.
Yeah, this last time I packed her pretty good.
Yeah.
I tried it out.
We were out here one time, the ground was soft and when it hit.
Oh yeah, there it is.
They told us to come over here.
We was at Lehigh, Kansas shooting, and we shot off of a old school yard. And they thought, oh yeah, the ground's really hard. It's all clay. And that sucker, there it gets felt, clean up to the horn. And we had to dig that out. Of course, well, what we had to do was hand shovel, not a big shovel. We learned from our mistakes pretty quick. It took us over an hour to dig it out. You just have to get it out there. That clay, suck it like that. That's 104 pounds.